On day one of the Africa Tech Festival, you participated in a panel discussion around what you call Colocation. Just a little bit of insight into what that is and what were some of the main takeaways from that panel discussion.
I think really as a colocation provider, Africa Data Centers, we effectively provide space for servers for our customers. Our customers really include some of the largest cloud providers, the global cloud providers, but also a lot of the large enterprises who effectively trust us with their critical IT equipment, which we keep safe. So very secure locations. We make sure that they're always powered. That's one of the service level agreements, and we make sure that that of course they're connected to wherever they need to connect to. So really, it's all about selling reliability, security, and what we call redundancy, which is really around if there's any sort of power failure on the grid or anything else, we make sure that your servers stay up and you're able to continue your business.
And I suppose given the energy challenges across the African continent, this is a service that many companies are looking for.
No, absolutely, and I think a lot of companies are realizing that it probably makes sense to go to a third-party provider like ADC because historically you would have servers running in your basement or somewhere on your actual premises, which means when there are power outages and things like that, you need to manage all of that yourself. A lot of companies are realizing that if you move those servers to a third party whose business is to make sure that these data centers stay up and are also servicing a host of other global clients, that makes a lot of sense. So we're actually seeing a lot of the demand from our side is really coming from companies that are moving from on-premises to off-premises, but also a lot of the cloud providers who are actually providing cloud services to these companies as well.
And penetration across Africa, the continent, is a scope for growth for you?
Absolutely. I think, globally, when you think of the data center market, we're probably about 1% to 2% of the global data center market in terms of capacity. That compared to about 15 to 17% of the population. And really that tells you that there's a big gap. And it also tells you that a lot of the data that we generate in Africa is sitting elsewhere in the world and not necessarily in Africa. So I think a lot of what's happening now is that some of that data and some of that workload is coming to the continent. A lot of it is being generated on the continent and staying here. So I think from a demand perspective, there's quite a lot of scope for growth for co-location providers like ADC.
Which then means it's very important for you to be at the Africa Tech Festival for this year.
Absolutely. I think I think this is one of the largest tech festivals across Africa. So I think this is really where we need to be. This is a place where you meet a lot of our customers. We meet a lot of our service providers. So it's a great place to be in one place, interact with everybody, have back-to-back meetings all day, but ultimately network with a lot of our supply chain, a lot of our customers, and really a lot of the ecosystem that keeps us going.